The pick is in.
The New Orleans Saints have made a selection in the 2024 NFL Draft. Alongside Locked On College Football host Spencer McLaughlin, I'm Tanisha Batiste, and we are joined by Ross Jackson of Locked On Saints to break down the Saints. Kool-Aid McKinstry with the number 41 pick. So, Ross, where do you see McKinstry moving into the secondary?
Yeah, look, I think that he's a guy that can move around in a lot of different places. A lot of folks project him because of his size at about 5'11", 195 pounds, being able to play in the slot. But he has been a quintessential outside corner his entire career. Only played in the slot last year for 6 snaps, but over 700 snaps on the perimeter for the last 2 seasons. And this is right on time for the New Orleans Saints, who have one starting corner in Paulson Adebo, who's entering a contract year, and another starting corner who's had trade rumors circulating about him. So this sets them up in a situation where they've got 4 starting caliber corners on their roster and puts them in a pretty safe position in terms of being able to keep an elite status on their secondary moving forward.
Speaking of said corner, what might this mean for the future of Marcus Lattimore in New Orleans?
Yeah, Marshawn's in a situation here to where he has been the subject of a lot of different trade rumors over the course of the offseason. Some comments about maybe like disgruntled behaviors and things like that. Certainly has dealt with some injuries over the course of the past couple of years that have kind of led to some of those speculations as well. So I think the thing that you're looking at here is post June 1, June 2nd, at that point be a time to where the Saints could be fiscally responsible in making a surprise move. I personally don't think that you're going to get the offer that you want to move a star cornerback like Marshawn Lattimore. So, oh, woe is me. The New Orleans Saints instead will just have to carry 4 starting corner caliber, 4 starting caliber corners on their roster going into 2024. Not a bad problem to have.
Yeah, embarrassment of riches indeed. For more on the Saints, subscribe to Locked On Saints on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. So, Spencer, what do you like about what McKinstry might be able to bring to the Saints secondary?
His physicality in coverage. You know, he grades very well in man and zone coverage, and that's no surprise coming from DBU, essentially at the University of Alabama. Now, LSU fans might not like me saying that particular statement there, but Alabama has certainly turned out a lot of good ones. But I think Kool-Aid McKinstry is, number one, he's got the best name in the entire NFL now. But number 2, he brings a physical element to the way that he covers receivers. And certainly you could see that leading to some penalties here and there, but I think overall, he's just going to make it really difficult and frustrating for receivers to go against him because he's going to put his hands on you. He's going to try and jar the ball loose. He's going to try and just kind of muck everything up on the back end as a route is being run, and he'll push the limits to see what he can get away with. I think he's very different than, a Pat Surtain, who of course has been starring for the Denver Broncos over the last several years, who, is just kind of a pure coverage ball skill corner. I think McKinstry has those skills. I think he can improve in the run support a little bit, but overall, I think this is a guy that you could have seen going in the first round. I think for the Saints to get him at this point in the second, they have to feel really good about it.
Yeah, step aside sauce because here comes Kool-Aid for more continuing coverage of the 2024 NFL Draft. Subscribe to Locked On NFL on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.